I didn't realize like how intense the two-tone was. All right, hey guys. I don't remember what update this is, but it's in the title. It's like update 18 maybe to the Project 50 pan thing. I always want to say collab, so that's why I get like a little bit tongue-tied. It is a collab though. I'm just not participating in the collab. So if you're familiar with the Roulette pan collab, which they are currently on round 8, I think. I will leave like the current playlist of that in the description box, but these categories come from that. So that was started by Rebecca, Morgan, and Alexi, and I always have them linked down in the description box as well, just because they did originate this. So the only difference is that theirs is in like rounds, like it's short term, not seasonal per se, but kind of seasonal in the sense of it runs about like 4 to 5 months. And when I first started this, I was new to project panning and I didn't want that kind of like time constraint. Like it really freaked me out. So I just took their original 50 categories and have been working on them. And so I am here today to update you. We do have some empties. We have some stayers. We'll have some new roll-ins. Like it's just really fun. This is one project that I have just, it's never been like monotonous. It's taken forever to go through these 50 categories and we still have, you know, many months left to get through them. But since there is that like roll-in aspect, it keeps it fresh. But then it's also like, it's a little bit different than just a like regular project pan where you're like rolling in items, because it's random. Like you don't know what you're going to work on until you roll that category and go and pick something. So I'm just really enjoying this, and I hope you guys have enjoyed the ride so far. But without any further rambling, let's get tongue-tied. Let's get on into our update. So I am just going to go in order as I have them listed. So number 1 was category 14, which is a product from NYX. So at the time, I believe when I rolled that category, I only had this product from NYX. And it's the NYX Lip Primer. And I've lost my paper where I was marking our progress, but here is all that we have left in it. So not that much. I do use this every day, but I only use it once a day. This isn't like a product that I reapply throughout the day, just because I typically tend to just reapply lip gloss throughout the day. But I do use this when I'm doing my makeup before I put on a lipstick or anything like that. And I really do like it. I don't know if it like helps the longevity of like a lipstick or a lip gloss or a lip liner or anything like that. But what I like is that it helps to make my lips just look nice and not so like cracked and lined and, you know, things like that. So I will be continuing to work on this. The goal is to use it up. Okay, the next one is a product that you don't like. So that was our Ulta Beauty Finishing Powder in the shade Light to Medium. Hopefully I have some pictures for you guys. I'm not sure. I've been gone for like a month and I wasn't like the best at like taking pictures and keeping up with things and like tallying out how many times I like use something. So we're back now. We're gonna get back into the swing of things, but just apologies if there's not pictures rolling on the screen. But I'm happy to let you guys know that this powder is gone, and I could not be happier. It was just a struggle, like, and it really was just that it changed the color of my skin to be really pink, and I just didn't like it. So I struggled through with it because it wasn't like a bad powder at the end of the day. Like I didn't really notice that it made me look heavy or cakey or anything like that. But I just, no. And I've thought about like, well, maybe you should try, not like right now, like I have enough pressed powders, but when I'm in the market for one, maybe try like the light to medium shade. But this just left such a bad taste in my mouth that I'm like, nah, I'm good. There are 1,000,002 other pressed powders out there that are just as affordable, that I like way better. I'm not going to struggle. So moral of the story is that I'm just glad that this is gone and used up and out of my life. So the next one was category 7, a product you've used up before. So I threw in, I know I've used up a NYX Butter Gloss this year in the shade Creme Brulee, I think. So I threw in another NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Fortune Cookie, and I am happy to tell you guys that it is done. Like, the wand super dry. You can see all of the like gaping and windows in here. Now I know if I do this and show it to you, there is product down here at the bottom, but I'm not struggling anymore. I think that personally, we all get to use up our makeup how we want, which is great. So I'm the kind of person where I don't mind taking the stopper out of a lip gloss. If you're not, that's fine. When the wand gets dry and you can't get no more product, it's done. So I take out the stopper. I feel like if I can no longer access any more product using the wand with the stopper removed, that's when I call it done. So yes, technically there is still a little bit left down in there, but for me, this is done, and I'm glad. I like this shade Fortune Cookie. However, I think it was like a peachy kind of shade. I think that after using it so often, I have determined that while I like the shade, it's not a shade that I want to continue to have in my collection, because it's not a shade that I feel like I would reach for often enough to use it up again. Does that make sense? Hopefully so. So yeah, okay. So there is that one. The next category was a product you are currently loving. So I put in my Makeup Revolution highlighting palette that they did in collaboration with Soph, and we are working on 2 shades from this palette. So we're working on this like white gold shade here, which I think you can tell has a nice like healthy dip in it. And then we're working on this peachy shade here, and you can see some disruption in the pan. So pretty happy with the progress here. The white gold shade I used 3 times since you've last seen it, so that makes for 6 times in total. And then with the peachy shade, I have used it twice since the last time you've seen it. Or no, I'm sorry, I've used it 3 times as well since the last time you've seen it, to bring it to a 5 mark total usage point. So the goal is to hit pan on each shade, and then this category will be done. I really foresee hitting pan on the white gold shade first, just because it had more usage in on it going into this project, and I tend to gravitate towards that one first, like when I do pull out this palette. So yeah, but we will keep working on that. The next one is category 17, an eyeshadow from a neglected palette. I do know this got rolled in last time. This and the other item were the 2 that I rolled in last time. So I picked the Urban Decay Naked 2 palette, which is just one of my like OG nostalgia palettes. And you know, if you haven't heard me ramble about this before, back long ago, before I started YouTube and really got into makeup, like this was the only palette that I had, and I used up a bunch of shades out of it, and then it sadly fell on the bathroom floor and shattered. So this palette doesn't look all that used, but it is like a replacement palette. It's kind of like my belt of honor, like my I did a thing, just I can't show you evidence of the thing. But either way, the shade that we rolled in was Chopper, which is one of my like favorite shades in this palette. And I told you guys last time, like in the update, like I didn't know like what to do. Like, do I try to hit pan on it? Like, I'm working on so many eyeshadows right now. So a lot of you suggested a usage goal. So we are going to go with a 20 usage goal for the shade Chopper. So far within the last month, I've used it twice. So we have 18 more to go on it. I know I don't have a picture of what it looked like last time. I'll try to be better about that, like I said. So, but yeah, we will just keep working on this, and maybe we'll hit pan within the 20 uses. I don't know, but so far we have 2. And then the last one was a limited edition item, which I struggled with this because I don't really have a lot of limited edition items. However, I had this, and I believe it's like a limited edition scent. So I had like a little sample size of the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask in the apple lime flavor. So the goal is to finish this off. There is, let's see if I can read without my glasses. Oh Lord. There is 2.5 grams of product in this little lip sampler. So when I brought it in last time, it was brand new. And I think you can tell, like I think within another month, it'll be done. So I keep this next to my bedside. And when I'm in like my bedroom and I feel like my lips are a little dry, that's when I'll use it. So I don't like exclusively just use it at night. But this doesn't like, it's in a pot, and I don't find pots to be very like travel friendly. So it stays in my bedroom, and it does not like leave the house, or it doesn't like, you know, get on like a different floor or anything. I tend to have a chapstick on every floor. So but that's neither here nor there. The point of this is that this product is remaining, and so now we get to roll in our 2 new items. I did not prepare. I do not have Pretty Random already pulled up, so give me just a second. Okay, so I have my little list here. It's got all the categories yellowed out that we've already completed, and I have started it at 2 because category number 1 we have already done, so it doesn't make sense to put it in like 1 through 23. I just put in 2 through 23, so let's roll our 2 numbers. So we get number 9, which we've already had, number 16, which we have not had. So 16, something that you are afraid to pan. Nice. And then we will go with number 8, which we have not had, and that is a product you've already hit pan on. So I am going to go peruse the collection and see what I can roll in to work for these, and I will be right back. All right, my battery died, so sorry if the angle changed. I'm gonna re-roll, not both categories. I'm still gonna keep category number 16, something you're afraid to pan. But category number 8, a product you've already hit pan on. A lot of those items that I have that I've already hit pan on are like blushes and highlighters and eyeshadows, and I just don't want to roll in anything like that at this time. So I won't mark that category off that we completed it. It will still be in the rotation to like be pulled again at a later date, but just not for right now. So I hope you guys are okay with that. But you know, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do to keep a little bit of sanity with project panning. So let's roll again and see what we get, see if it's something better. Number 13 we have already had. I need to rewrite this list again. 14 we've already had. 10 we've already had. I'm gonna rewrite the list. This is showing me. Okay, 21, something from a lesser known brand. That I can do. So what we will go look for something from a lesser known brand and something you're afraid to pan. So I will be right back. Okay, thanks for letting me make that switch. I think it's the first time I've ever re-rolled within this project, so I'm pretty like proud of that. But yeah, so first one, something that you are afraid to pan. Yeah, something you're afraid to pan. So this, I like this. I like this foundation. I like the way it wears. I like that it's never too cakey. It's not super yellow toned, which I like. The only downfall is it does smell like paint thinner and it's pretty liquidy, but a little bit goes a long way. It was an expensive foundation, and it's one of those things where I'm like, save it for a special occasion. Like, no, I am no longer going to think that way. Every day should be a special occasion. So I am afraid to pan my Jouer Essential High Coverage Foundation. I have mine in the shade Porcelain, if it will focus on that label for you, just so that you can see it. But yeah, I'm just afraid to pan this because like I said, it was expensive, and it's one of those things where it's like, oh, but once I use it up, like I won't have it anymore. And that's silly. Like, use up a few more foundations, and then you could repurchase this. So there's no point in letting it sit there and go to waste. I can't mark this because I shook it up as I was like walking in here, because it's just habit to shake my foundation. So I will leave this sitting upright, and then once it gets like settles and then I can mark it, I will mark it on the side of this. But my goal is to finish off this foundation. So pretty excited to bring this in, and it's almost like giving myself permission to go ham with it instead of hoarding it and saving it. So, you know, it's a learning progress. Okay, then the next category, something from a lesser known brand. So I don't tend to add in like body care type items all that much. I keep it mostly to makeup, but this, no more makeup for right now. You know, I'm a little overwhelmed. Some projects are going to be ending for me personally, but that's neither here nor there. I brought in a body item. So this is a little Etsy brand called Nana's Garden, Texas. And I absolutely have fallen in love with their body care products. They're so reasonably priced. I have their Peaches and Cream Shea Body like butter, and these, oh, I love these. They smell just heavenly. And I know it is not really the time of year for a peaches and cream scent, but I just love how this smells. It's sweet, but not like super, super sweet. And this scent of it, it's kind of like a buttery, peachy scent. I just really love it. And so it's getting a lot drier here. This, you know, we're coming into winter. So I really like to use these like shea butters this time of year when my skin gets super dry, and then like later on in the day, like I'll top off a lotion on top of it. So, but I'm excited to pull this in, and the goal would be to use it up. So there is quite a lot of product left in there. I have used a lot. When you buy from this company, it comes like full to the brim, like flush with the top. So you get a lot in here, and a little bit goes a long way. It's one of those that you like pull a little bit out and like work it in between your hands to like kind of warm it up, and it turns into like an oil almost, and it sinks in really nicely though. It's not like super greasy feeling or anything like that. So yeah, I cannot rave enough about these. I have finished off one container of this size, which if I'm not mistaken, this is the 4-ounce container. So I finished off the lavender one that I had. So I just, you know, I think this will be a good item to pull in. So that is it. Enough rambling. I'm sure this video is super long, but just thank you guys for watching and sticking around, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye.